Over the last year, I have completed some of Minecraft's most unique challenges, from breeding 100,000 pigs to fighting the most powerful modded bosses. I've attempted it all. So, here's my 1-year journey of attempting to complete 6 of Minecraft's hardest challenges, starting with breeding 100,000 pigs. 9 months ago, I set out on the journey to breed 10,000 pigs. I spent hours collecting carrots and breeding pigs to complete this seemingly impossible task. But as impressive as it was, I always felt that I could do more, which is why I'm going to try to breed 100,000 pigs, or at least as many pigs as I can breed until my PC explodes. To actually begin the process of breeding pigs, I need 2 things. Pigs, obviously, and a way to breed them, which can be either done using carrots or potatoes. Now, the easiest way to obtain these items is from villages. I just need to find one first. Eventually, I was able to locate a village and get the carrots to start farming. In order to breed 100,000 pigs, I need 200,000 carrots. The last time I bred pigs, I used an automatic carrot farm using villagers, but that's not nearly fast enough. For context, a whole night of AFKing, I could only get about a double chest of carrots, which seems like a lot, except I need 60 double chests of carrots. I need a new plan. So I did all the farming by myself. I started out by flattening this huge area for planting carrots. I need to try and be as efficient as possible to even make it worth my time, but I was able to flatten the field pretty quickly and then hoed the entire thing to be ready to plant carrots. Now I need to start planting. But I didn't have nearly enough carrots to plant the entire farm. Luckily, there's a simple solution to my problem: bone meal. Problem is, I don't have bone meal. And I figured the best way to get as much bone meal as possible was from getting bone blocks in the nether. A lava pool is all that I need to find. There's actually a ruined portal there. I could get obsidian from that and just go to the nether that way. Portal time. I just need to get the bone blocks and get out. There's no point in staying here. 15 bone blocks, that should probably be enough. Better be enough, because this is the smallest soul sand biome I have ever seen. If you're wondering, it wasn't nearly enough bone meal. I had to go back and find an entirely new biome to get more bone meal. But after a ridiculous amount of time of getting bone meal, I was able to finish the carrot farm. And with the farm done, I began the process of AFKing the farm, and farming carrots, then replanting them. It's surprising that this was more efficient than a villager breeder, but I felt that it still wasn't fast enough, which gave me an idea. If I could get fortune on a hoe, I could increase my carrot production even more. And this is where I start the ridiculous side quest of obtaining a netherite hoe with fortune. But honestly, my luck was kind of ridiculous, and it only took like 30 minutes to get the hoe, which, in my opinion, is well worth it. And with the new tool, it was time to farm the crops for the first time. And I didn't even get a double chest full, which doesn't really seem like a lot, but considering I only spent an hour and a half on it, and villagers take about 8 hours to do the same thing. So now began the time-consuming process of getting 200,000 carrots. There really isn't much to say. I harvested carrots, replanted carrots, AFK'd in a dirt hut, and repeat. But after spending so much time working on this progress, I knew something really needed to change, which is why I started working on a giant dirt platform for the pigs. Because considering I already spent multiple hours on this and I hadn't even bred 2 pigs yet, it was kind of insane. During my time of breeding pigs, I learned how inconsistent and inefficient uneven terrain was, so I planned on making a giant field to maximize breeding capabilities. And finally, after days of work, in not only collecting carrots, but also creating a flat field for all the pigs to go, I was finally ready to start breeding. I grabbed a bunch of pigs. No, I am not naming these pigs. Chances are that they are going to die due to suffocation from their children in a few minutes anyways. But now it was time to begin actually breeding. It's not that exciting. It's not too complicated. Just walk to the chest, grab carrots, and and breed pigs until you run out of carrots, AFK for a while, and then repeat. And I was actually making some pretty good progress. Within not very much time, I had already reached 1,000 pigs bred. But there was a problem that I had begun to notice. It didn't seem too major at the moment, but I didn't know if it was going to get worse. That problem was the lag. It wasn't bad, but I could already tell it was there, and I had only bred 1,000 pigs. But I decided to ignore it and continue breeding pigs. And like I thought, it wasn't long before the lag worsened. By the time I got to 5,000 pigs, I was lagging so bad that even lowering my render distance down to the minimum possible didn't benefit me in any way. But I pushed through it and eventually managed to reach 10,000 pigs bred. Except, like before, the lag had gotten 10 times worse. At this point, I was running barely 2 frames a second, and I just couldn't take it anymore. Getting 10,000 pigs was not an impressive feat. I'd already done it once. That's not the point. So if I couldn't manage to get 100,000 pigs, I might as well just give up at this point. And no matter what I tried, I couldn't fix the problem. There was no chance I was ever going to hit the 100,000 pigs. It was over. The first challenge unfortunately didn't go well. My PC died before I could even really get going. So I decided to try a different challenge for the time being. I wanted to obtain every single item in survival Minecraft in just 24 hours. There are over 1,000 obtainable items in survival Minecraft, and I want to obtain every single item in just 24 hours. Seems impossible. I need to obtain every potion, every tool, and not to mention some of the rarest items in the game. I loaded up a new world with one goal in mind: beat the game as quickly as possible. This way I can obtain an elytra, which would be essential for the rest of the challenge. I spent the first few minutes of the challenge getting as many basic resources as I could. Even though I was trying to kill the Ender Dragon quickly, I knew it would be better to get these items now than have to come back and get them later. After the first basic crafts, I spent the next half an hour preparing to enter the Nether. And I got a crazy lucky spawn with both a Nether Fortress and a Warped Forest biome, which can give me Ender Pearls. And by the end of the first hour, I was headed to the stronghold. It was pretty slow pace, but I had already collected over 100 items, which is already 10% of the way. This is where the challenge truly begins, once I obtain an elytra. And with no time to waste, I jumped through the end portal, ready to fight the dragon. Except I had forgotten something very important: glass bottles. I need bottles so that I can collect dragon's breath, because I need it for potions and because it's a unique item. I would now be forced to respawn the Ender Dragon at a later time, but without knowing about it, I continued on. The remainder of the hour was spent getting the end items and looting end cities. I needed diamond gear and tools for the rest of the challenge, which also allowed me to get multiple elytras, which was good because I really didn't want to waste time enchanting them. And after not very long, I had collected all the items I would need from the end and returned to the overworld. It was now time to crank things into gear. The first group on my list was wood, and with spawn being next to 8 out of the 9 wood types, I got to work. We got dark oak forest right here, which is really good. I can knock out that first. Let's go. Dark oak done. Spruce trees are right over here, so let's knock them out quick. Then we got cherry wood and acacia, finally jungle and bamboo. I had completed nearly all of the wood types by the end of hour 3. I was still missing mangrove wood, but with it being one of the rarer biomes I needed to find, I decided to wait on it and instead move on to the next section, which would be wool. Spent most of the next hour getting the different colored wool. I needed them for beds, banners, and carpets. However, I was missing green dye. In order to obtain these, I would need to get cactus from a desert. So I set out to find a desert. That is a desert. Let's go. That's really good. Oh, that is a mangrove swamp. Oh, that's really good. Now I can finish off all the wood. And there's a coral reef here. This is like triple luck. And with the start of hour 5, I had finished my first section. By collecting all the mangrove items, I was now done with all of the wood types. With the coral reef nearby, I also collected all the coral since I had a silk touch pickaxe. With these items now collected, I began exploring. Many of the other items that I would need to acquire required rare structures or biomes, like mansions and ancient cities. Luckily for me, I managed to find a mansion in just 5 minutes. But after looting the entire thing, even though I managed to get a music disc and totems, I was still missing one of the main things I came for, Vex trims. This means I would now have to find another mansion later on. But when it seemed like stuff was just starting to go wrong, I got extremely lucky. Desert temple here. I don't really know how useful this is, but we will loot it anyways. What the? That's a notch apple! That's insane. That is really lucky. Let's go. And with me being in a desert, I began knocking off sand items, and then headed into a massive cave to check off the remaining stone items. And as I reached the 6-hour mark, I had finished off all the stone items, checking off my second section. With this done, I soon encountered a Badlands biome, letting me finish off all the terracotta and checking another section off the list. Things were going well, but I had just gotten a chance to make it even better. The Badlands were really tall, meaning there was a chance I could find an ancient city. So I started digging. Oh, this is a skulk biome. That's good at least. I mean, it's not an ancient city, but I can still get the skulk blocks. It appeared that there was not an ancient city, but just to be sure, I kept digging around, hoping I could find the rare structure. And I did. With everything I would need from the ancient city, it was back to exploring. I began the hunt for trial runes. These structures can allow me to get numerous armor trims, pottery shards, and a music disc. Little did I know the pain I was about to bring on myself. I had spent an hour looting the ruins and still hadn't gotten everything I needed. I was so angry, so I took a break and began the process of looting the nearby monument. I got all the prismarine and other monument items. I also managed to grab a few turtle eggs, which I would need later to get Scoots to craft a turtle helmet. And as hour 10 finished off, I got extremely lucky and obtained a sniffer egg. This is very important because it would take a lot of time for the sniffer to hatch the seeds, so I needed it early. And with my exploring completed for now, I headed to the nether and began returning to spawn, while also getting all the nether items. I returned to spawn and placed down the sniffer and turtle eggs, and began collecting any items I could, starting with all the glass. And now, with another section done, I headed back to explore. There was still a few items I needed, like mycelium and some more armor trims. Luckily, I managed to find a mushroom island fairly quickly, and found one of the missing armor trims by looting outposts. With this done, it was now time to begin working towards the harder items, starting with a beacon. To get a beacon, I need to kill the wither, and lucky for me, I managed to get looting 3 from end cities, so it shouldn't be too hard, right? I finally got all the skulls. Like, holy, those rates were horrible. Or at least now I'm ready to kill the wither. I spawned the wither and began killing it. With the Smite 5 sword I had, it was dying very easily. But just as I was about to finish it off and collect the nether star, I remembered something. The wither rose. The only way to obtain this item is for the wither to kill a mob before it dies. Luckily, I was able to get the wither to kill a creeper before I killed the wither. And now I had completed 2 of the hardest items. I flew home, checked on the turtle eggs and my copper, and looked at what items remained. I still needed beetroot and cookies, which are fairly easy. I also still needed one more suspicious stew variant. Wait a second. Wither suspicious stew. I need a wither rose for that. That's not good. I threw that out where I fought the wither. The clock was now ticking. I had less than 5 minutes to get back to the location to pick up the rose. I need to check the coordinates. Come on. Please be here. Come on. But try as I might, I was too slow. The wither rose had already despawned, and I was at a loss. This was my first big mistake of the challenge, a mistake that now may cost me the entire run. But to take my mind off this possible failure, I began hunting for netherite. By flying around in lava lakes with fire resistance, I should be able to obtain the netherite fairly easy. And an hour later, I crafted every netherite armor piece and tool. This was a very good milestone, as netherite was one of the other hard items to obtain, but I didn't have time to rest. There was still a lot of stuff that I needed to get finished. After obtaining a bunch of villager items like chainmail armor, I also managed to obtain a trident, which is pretty lucky considering how rare they are. However, I was soon faced with a massive problem, and that was I was running out of time. I had little over an hour left in the challenge, and it was going to be close. So I rushed to the nether and grabbed a few gas tiers before racing to the end and respawning the dragon. With my elytra, I made quick work of the dragon and collected plenty of dragon's breath. And now, with limited time remaining, I began grinding out every potion that I could get my hands on. But as the final hour counted down, I knew that there was no way I could get every item in time. I collected as many items as I could, but in the end, it was inevitable. The clock hit 24 hours, and I had failed. I was so close to my goal, yet so far at the same time. If only I hadn't made all the stupid mistakes, then maybe I could have finished the challenge. But now, it was too late. 2 challenges in, and I currently have a success rate of 0%. I decided to try something different. I wanted to try something beyond vanilla survival. So, I was going to attempt one of the most difficulted modded bosses. Surely things won't go wrong again, right? The Witherstorm. Destroyer of worlds and pure evil. And I have made it my goal to kill this beast. So, I loaded up the modded Minecraft world and was met with this. A broken down cabin in the middle of the wilderness. Yeah, it had absolutely nothing. But what was far more important was the wither structure in front. It contained a command block in place of one of the soul sand, and the wither skulls were all there ready to get placed. But I wasn't ready for that. I needed to get some gear first. So I gave myself 20 minutes to get gear and prepare for the battle. I think I'm going to try to get full iron armor and some food. A bow would also be kind of nice. I don't have very much time, so we'll just see what I get. I mean, after all, the Witherstorm shouldn't be that hard, right? Get some stone tools. That way we're all ready to get iron as soon as I can find a cave. I'm kind of worried about the food situation. I take that back. I am not worried about the food situation. That is a village, which will give me plenty of bread. That is all the food I need acquired, and there is a huge cave here, which will give me everything else I need. And I can make my first piece of iron armor. That is an iron chestplate. And iron leggings. And that is helmet and boots. Done. Now I just need to get a bow. But I do have a very limited amount of time, so I do need to speed this up. Just enough time to make a bow. I don't really have many arrows, but we'll see what I can do with this. With my 20 minutes up, I stored my extra stuff at a nearby village and headed to the Wither to eliminate the creature. and with the wither skull in hand, I prepared to place it, but I couldn't help and think that I was underestimating the wither storm. But with no time to waste, I placed the skull and prepared for the inevitable fight. As the health bar increased, I prepared for the fight, so I decided to head up a nearby mountain, and as the fight commenced, I immediately realized how outmatched I truly was. One hit from the wither would do nearly 4 hearts of damage and give me the wither effect. And within a matter of seconds, I was dead. I realized how dumb the decision I had just made was. I had tried to fight this boss without proper gear and with no idea how powerful it truly was. I mean, after all, the wither storm shouldn't be that hard, right? And now I was left with nothing, and whilst collecting my leftover items, I saw something in the distance and came to a realization. The wither storm was already heading in my direction. Within a matter of minutes, the village that had been hundreds of blocks away would be overrun. I needed an escape plan, and with no way to outrun it, I decided to head to the Nether. And with my portal ready and the wither nearing, I looked at the world for what may be the last time. I had arrived in the Nether, and after a little bit of waiting, I realized the wither storm would not follow. As dangerous and as deadly as the Nether was, I realized I was now stuck here. I had plenty of resources and was perfectly protected from the wither storm. Or so I thought. You see, shortly after arriving in my new home, I noticed a weird purple glow on my character. I didn't think much of it at the time, however shortly later I received an effect called wither sickness. It had turned my hearts completely black, but it didn't seem to do much else, but I was still worried. And after a little research, I learned that wither sickness will slowly drain me of permanent hearts. Fortunately, there was 2 cures for this effect. Eat a golden apple stew, or, die. I was inclined to make the golden apple stew, as it only required diamonds, golden apples, suspicious stew, and an infected bone. But the infected bone required me to return to the wither storm, which wasn't currently possible, leaving me with death as my only option. Now normally this is a huge problem, but if I could manage to craft a respawn anchor and set my spawn in the Nether, I wouldn't have to worry about the sickness or the wither storm. So I set out to find crying obsidian. That is the bastion that I need. This is gonna be kinda risky, but I guess it's really my only shot. I headed into the bastion, but needed to be extra careful, as I was beginning to lose hearts, and one wrong move could ruin everything. But after obtaining the anchor, I was able to finally clear myself of the wither effect. But it left me thinking, what would stop this effect from returning in the future? I couldn't spend the rest of my life repeatedly dying to avoid the wither. There was only one way I could ever live in peace, and that was to kill the wither storm. And I had came up with a plan. The main reason I was defeated so soon was my lack of gear. And if I got gear, I would be able to survive far longer against the wither storm, and maybe even manage to kill it. And what's the easiest way to gain OP loot in Minecraft? It's end cities. So my next step was to defeat the Ender Dragon. And since I had traded with piglins, I had all the pearls that I needed, and I just needed to find another fortress. Which, it proved to be kind of a painful task. It was far harder than expected, but eventually I found one and obtained all the blaze rods for the Eye of Enders. And with that, it was time to fight the Ender Dragon. And by nether traveling, I was able to teleport thousands of blocks from spawn and enter the stronghold. With everything prepared, it was go time. Now, with the Ender Dragon defeated, it was time for what I came for. End City loot. I now had all the gear I would need to fight the Witherstorm. And once I enter the portal, it would be the hardest fight I have ever had. As I prepared for what could be my demise, I realized something. I had spent the whole time worrying about protecting myself that I had forgotten I was the one that caused this whole mess in the first place. I knew this fight couldn't just be about me anymore. It was about the world. I was no longer going to fight for myself. I was going to fight to save my world. And with newfound motivation, I jumped towards my final fight. With everything ready, I watched as the Witherstorm closed in on my location. But things were far different than the last time. I was letting the fight come to me. And as the monstrosity arrived, it was time to fight. However, I quickly realized that aside from being able to shoot the Witherstorm heads, it was completely invulnerable. This is a huge issue, as my whole goal was to kill the Witherstorm. But finally, something did happen. The Witherstorm spawned a mob called the Wither Symbiote, which is just a mini-boss. So the fight began. I thought this was going to be a fight. Just spawned a whole horde of mobs. Let's go. All dead. Now we should be able to damage him from the back. Let's go. Yeah, I gotta get out of that. Whoa. Shooting crazy arrow storms. And another horde of mobs. It seems like he summons a horde of mobs and then goes into like a stasis mode where I can damage him. Here we go, going in for round 2. He's already half health. Fireballs? What? I think he uses every projectile. Nice. Boom. Now I should be able to damage him again. Probably one more wave. And he is defeated. That was easy. The battle was far easier than I expected. Thanks to my maxed out gear, I was able to kill the symbiote, which dropped a command block book. After flying some distance from the Witherstorm, I realized I could use it to craft a bomb. The Formidabomb. This was it. I was going to kill the creature that had plagued my world and save everything. As I crafted the Formidabomb, I noticed the countdown began. 10 minutes until it would detonate. I just needed to get it close enough to kill the Wither. I placed down the Formidabomb and began to leave the area. The blast radius was completely unknown, and I needed to make sure I was far enough away that it wouldn't kill me also. Soon my screen began to distort, and finally, the Formidabomb exploded in a flash of light. And within a second, the Witherstorm was defeated, and it collapsed onto the ground. There's only one thing left to do, and that was to remove the command block, and the world would be saved, right? But as I drew near, something seemed off. And that was only confirmed when I prepared to break the command block, and the Witherstorm woke up. Yeah, it was still alive. The Witherstorm rose once again. Only this time, it had split into 3 pieces, and each of them grew even larger. The amount of destruction had just tripled. If I couldn't beat it with a Formidabomb, how was I supposed to beat it now? However, luckily for me, I soon learned there was a way to finally defeat this creature. You see, the source of the Witherstorm's power is the command block that powers it. So, I needed to craft a command block sword. And in order to do so, I needed to get another command block book. And with the fight going far easier than the first time, I was now ready to craft the command block sword. And with the weapon in my hand, it was time to finish the Witherstorm. Using an ender pearl, I threw it into the midst of the creature, and was teleported into another dimension. Here we go. Time to fight this boss. Whoa. That thing just hit me far. Here we go. That thing gave me wither. Time for round 2. Here we go. Throwing me off. One more to go. One more. Whoa. Got this. What the heck? At this point, you probably thought it was over. I mean, I had just lost everything. And well, I did too. That was until I remembered something. Before I had killed the symbiote, I had placed an ender pearl in a chest just in case I died. So, now it was time to use that ender pearl, because this was the emergency. So I returned to the Witherstorm and re-entered the bowels, only to find nothing. All my stuff was gone. It had already despawned, leaving me with no chance to kill the Witherstorm. And as I died once again, I knew it was over. There was no hope left. Even if I got geared up again, the symbiote wouldn't spawn back, and I had lost the command block sword, the only weapon capable of killing the Witherstorm. Seemed like all I could do was just end in failures. After 3 challenges, I had failed every single one, but I wasn't going to let the modded world beat me so easily. There is a mod that adds a boss so powerful, it can kill anything. This boss is so strong, it controls its own dimension, and I want to defeat this boss. But before I can even fight this thing, I need to first find it. And it all starts with the ancient city. The portal structure in the center can actually be lit. I just need to obtain a warden key, which means I need to kill the warden. And if I just set up this little trap, I should be able to perfectly lure the warden into the hole and shoot it from a safe distance without having to worry about being hit. Alright, that was easy enough. And that worked perfectly. And now I have the warden key. It was time to open the portal. Whoa. I just opened a portal. But before I even got the chance to go through, something grabbed me and pulled me into another dimension. I began to explore the new world until I found the creature, Eternus. What is that? What? Is that an eye? I now needed to find a way to defeat this boss. I decided to follow the path and hope it led in the right direction, but I soon realized how treacherous it was. Something just destroyed that bridge. What was that? I'm just gonna keep... What was that? I gotta get out of here. What is that? Why do I hear a warden? Why is there a warden here? Let's just keep moving. I think if I keep moving, whatever's destroying the bridge can't hit me. I don't know that for sure, but yeah, it just destroyed something behind me. Why do I hear another warden? Dude, why is there a warden here? That was not a good time for a tentacle to hit the bridge. As I neared the end of the path, I spotted something in the distance. It was some sort of cannon. This is what I would need to use in order to beat the boss. Now I gotta kill him. But right before I could use the cannon to defeat Eternus, I got attacked. Uh-oh. It just ate it. Uh-oh. I'm getting eaten. The cannon was torn apart, and the only way of killing the boss was now lost. The only way to now take down this creature and save the world would be to retrieve the cannon's missing pieces. Wow, that looks so cool. Oh, I've got to get the missing stuff so I can actually defeat this. The first piece was situated at the top of a mountain. Got like a geyser. That is a gas. Okay, there's no time to wait. I just gotta go. I think I'm gonna have to kill them. Boom. There goes two. I think I could just avoid that last guy. Just go all the way to the top. I was eventually able to obtain the first part, and it was on to the second piece. This piece was trapped behind a set of lasers, and the only way to get it would be by powering them down. Okay, so I gotta open the laser barrier. To do that, I need to disable these generators. Okay, I'm just gonna keep running. There is a lot of spider things after me. I gotta get up there somehow. Hopefully these boost pads go the right way. Boom. Oh, that was actually really close. If they do creeper damage, I would have been dead. Oh, that's a laser barrier. Done. Nice. This one probably shoots up. Yeah. Pretty simple. Okay. Disable. Easy. Easy disable. After shutting off both generators, I was now ready to grab the part. Okay, we go place the second part. One more part to get. What's gonna be the challenge this time? And I entered the rift to obtain the final piece, but quickly noticed there was something guarding it. What is that thing? Oh, it's a boss, isn't it? It's gotta be a boss. Crystal Mage, yeah, it's a boss. Summoning weird things. What is that? What is that? Okay, that's probably a one-shot kill or something. Whoa. And he just blasts me back. I think I just need to focus the boss, but I can't really ignore these guys either. The whole thing is... almost just got caught. I'm just gonna bow. Bow doesn't do very much damage at all. I think it'll just be better if I can get in there and crit him out. Should be able to get back in there. Here we go. Oh, that's insane damage. He's getting shredded. I think it's better if I use a sword. Okay, he hits me back. Boom, boom, he's done here. He's dead. Let's go. Let's go! Finally. Let's get this last piece and be able to rebuild a cannon. With the final part now in my possession, I rebuilt the cannon, and it was time to finish Eternus off. Once and for all. I assume that's the core. Here we go. Charge it up. That's better. What? That is so cool. What? That is so bright. What? I just got flashbang. Thankfully, I was able to complete this challenge successfully, but I now had a chance to make that success rate 50%. It has been 6 months, and honestly, I thought I wasn't going to be able to ever complete this challenge, but I just got a new computer, so I might actually be able to get 100,000 picks. But before I can finish breeding, I just want to ask you to subscribe. This video took a ridiculous amount of time to make, and I still have 90% of the challenge left. So, back to breeding pigs. But before I can actually continue breeding pigs, there's some stuff that I need to fix first. It's pretty obvious that I can't fit 100,000 pigs in this field, and it'll take way too long to make it larger. So I'm just going to let them roam free and just fence in myself. It's kind of ironic how this started as me fencing all the pigs in, and now I'm fencing myself in to keep all the pigs out. With that out of the way, it is back to breeding pigs. And it's safe to say, with the new PC, I definitely have a shot of reaching 100k. With my chunks lowered to the minimum, there is almost zero lag, even with this huge amount of entities. And well, it's time to hit 100,000 pigs. And well, the only thing left to do is to hit 100,000. Let's go. Oh my, that is crazy. Can't believe I just spent 6 months all for just a number on the screen. But there's one thing I want to do. Whoa, the lag there was crazy. That is a lot of items. With me being at a current 50% success rate, I needed a challenge that would allow me to get above 50%. So, for the next challenge, I set out to kill every mob with just one arrow. 79. That is the total number of mobs in current day Minecraft, and I plan on killing all of them with just one arrow. This is going to be very difficult. So first I need to get some wood. The plan is to beat the game as fast as possible in order to obtain an elytra, which will make finding the rest of the mobs way easier. It'd be really nice if I could find a cave or a lava pool right now. Finally! Hopefully this goes somewhere good. No lava pool, but I mean, diamonds are cool and stuff, so and I have full diamond armor and tools, plus 10 diamonds. I promise I did not x-ray. This cave was just crazy, and I'm just goated at mining. But we're off to the nether. Once entering the nether, I was only focused on 2 things: ender pearls and blaze rods. I would start getting kills later once I had my crossbow, so it didn't matter to worry about it now. You're probably wondering what the plan is, so while I kill all the endermen I need, I'll let you know. Normally using a regular bow would cause the arrows fired at something to vanish from existence. But by using a crossbow with piercing, the arrow will fire straight through a mob once it dies, meaning the arrows are reusable. I have all my pearls, now I need a fortress. Oh shoot, I think that's a treasure bastion. I've always got to search treasure bastions when I find them. Bro, this loot is insane. I guess netherite chestplate, and we've got gold blocks for golden apples later. Finally a fortress. That was ridiculous. Blaze rods collected, and I'm off to the stronghold. With everything ready, I entered the end to kill the dragon. Although I didn't have my crossbow, I planned on respawning the ender dragon later for the final fight. Anyways, ender dragon fight went about as you could expect, and it was time for end city looting. Cue the montage. I am all geared up, and now it is time to enchant my crossbow, and then I can start killing. I'm gonna start with all the easy mobs and then just see where I go from there. We got a chicken here for the first mob killed with an arrow. This ocean can let me get cod done, squid done, and that is salmon. This plain has all the other peaceful mobs too. After checking off most of the basic mobs, I decided to begin preparing for a raid. A raid would allow me to kill 5 of the most difficult mobs in this challenge, so I needed to get it right. I need a pillager captain to spawn so that I can get Bad Omen. While I waited for a pillager captain, I was able to kill all the basic hostile mobs and a slime because the pillager tower was right next to a swamp. Pillager captain, let's go. Now I am ready to do a raid. I think I'm gonna brew up a bunch of potions, mainly speed and strength. With all my preparations done, I drank the Bad Omen potion and watched the timer count down and readied myself for the incoming fight. Alright, I guess here we go. Oh, they really had a spawn down below, didn't they? That's annoying, but I am gonna pot up. Just end this way fast. I only have red and golden apples. So. Oh, they're right here. Nice. Okay. So, not a Ravager, but one of these guys. And I need to kill him, so that's all set. Easy pickings. Alright, pal. Next wave. Next wave. Oh, right here. Nice. Okay, I'm out of strength. Well, it's not a good time for that. Whatever. Okay. Hopefully I don't accidentally kill them. Okay. And I accidentally killed them. Oh yeah, I need to get a kill with the witch. Okay. We're set on that. This isn't a good spot. Gotta get out. I need that Ravager. I can't accidentally kill it again. There's still no totem, guys, so I guess we're good. Okay, nice. Ravager done. Vex. That didn't kill the Vex. Uh-oh. Okay, that's a Vex. But I just killed the Evoker, man. Oh, that's stupid. Now I gotta run another raid. With the raid done, I took the time to kill all of the nether mobs. Blaze, Wither Skeleton, Piglin, Hoglin, Magma Cube, Zombie Pigman, Piglin Brute. Zoglin is gonna be interesting. I can get this guy to go through the portal, then, oh, nice, let's go. Zoglin complete. With these mobs out of the way, I began prepping for the Wither. Although you can't kill a Wither with projectiles, I could still force it into melee mode with the arrow. Wither battle time. Here we go. Alright, spawn in. Good, it's got stuck there. Nice. Okay, hopefully this arrow takes him into melee mode. Shoot, I gotta get the arrow. It explodes. Okay, good. That was actually close. If I'd blown up the arrow. Okay, and boom, let's go. That's really all I can do, I guess, because now it's in melee mode. After killing the Wither, I set out to kill every other mob that I could. Elder Guardian, Guardian, Bogged, Goat, Tadpole, Ocelot, Husk, Phantom, Turtle, Endermite, Dolphin. And just like that, the challenge is almost complete. Which means you've watched far enough into the video that you should subscribe. There are only a few mobs left on the list. Both the Wandering Trader and Skeleton Horse require some AFKing, so the Warden was next. I think this ancient city should work for my plan. Well, any ancient city really would work. If I was going to kill the Warden, then I wanted to do it properly. So that means no deaths. Okay, so I think this area is a pretty decent spot to summon the Warden. Now I'm going to set up an escape tunnel, you know, just in case things go really bad. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to set up the observer thingy, which will hopefully distract the Warden by making a ton of noise, and then I can kill it while it's distracted. I think everything is set up, so here we go. Alright, here we go. Summon Warden. He should be stuck. Come on, just follow me over here. Don't get mad. And then we're good. Where'd he go? Okay, he is mad. Is he mad at the piston? No, he is mad at me. Okay, that's stupid. I don't want to risk that. Alright, I don't need this for later. I'm just gonna pop it now. Let's go. Easy. Didn't go how I wanted, but we're good. 5 mobs now remained. I would kill shulkers once I return to the end, which means now I just need to wait for skeleton horses and wandering traders. Which took forever, but I was eventually able to get both of the kills. Well, once the shulker is taken care of, the only thing left is the ender dragon. Okay, open up, open up. Let's go. Shulker done. Oh shoot. Time to respawn the dragon. Final end crystal. Here we go. Final ender dragon. Alright, time to take out the crystals. Okay, good. Tower 2. Tower 4. Tower 6. Final tower. Oh, I think that means perching. Very. Should get rid of the below half health. Okay, now I'm just punching down to 1 hit. It is time. But. Easy. Let's go. Nice. Clean kill. Yes. So for the final challenge of the year, it's back to vanilla survival. How did we get here is the hardest advancement in all of Minecraft. It requires the player to obtain every single effect. You need perfect precision and near flawless timing to successfully complete this challenge. However, despite the difficulty of this achievement, many players have already accomplished this goal, which is why I was also going to do it over the void. With little idea of what was in store for me, I logged on the server and began working on the items needed for the achievement. I don't fully know what this setup will look like yet, but I know that I'm gonna need a beacon and a wither rose. The beacon is the only way to obtain the effect haste, and both of these items are obtained through killing the wither. And as luck would have it, I already had 1 skull in my possession, meaning the other 2 should be relatively easy to obtain. Obtaining the other 2 skulls was easy, and I gathered the 4 soul sand needed for the wither and headed back to my base. In order for me to obtain the wither roses, I had to make sure the wither killed a mob before I finished it off. It is time to fight the wither. Okay, hopefully I can get the wither to kill these zombies right away. Run back through, and here we go. Wither. Oh, that's not good. He's glitched up top. I'd like him. Go down the tunnel. Now I can't reach. I gotta find some better way to hit this guy. I don't even know how I'm reaching him right now. And how he's not chasing me down. That was clean. That was such a nice shot, actually. Perfect. And he drops. Both of the first 2 items I needed were now in my possession. But to complete this achievement, I would need a lot more things, which is why I began traveling to the end. I needed to set up the location where I could create the setup for this achievement and store all the items. But I was soon to discover the true danger that this challenge had in store for me. Okay. Oh, what just happened? What the? No. Are you kidding? Bro. What just happened? What? That's so dumb. There is no way I just did that. Dying in the void and losing everything had awakened me to what I was truly getting myself into. This wasn't an easy challenge like I was used to. No, a simple mistake could end with me losing everything. Thankfully, I had the beacon and wither roses stored away in my ender chest at the time, so I'd not lost any important items. And after a little bit of work, I managed to get back nearly all the items I had lost. But this death shook me. I chose to take it slower for the time being, as I wasn't ready to risk my life again. Not yet, at least. Update 1.21 introduced 4 new potions that I could obtain. They posed a much less risk compared to the other items I needed. Weaving, Infestation, Oozing, and Wind Charging. I'm not sure how to get these potions, but I guess I can probably figure it out. Oozing Potion summons slime. So it would make sense that it's either slime balls or slime blocks. Nice. Okay. Wind Charging seems self-explanatory. I don't know how to make Infestation potions. I know they spawn silverfish, so maybe I'll go to the stronghold, I guess? It's probably got something to do with the stronghold. Okay, let's see. We got stone bricks. Mossy stone bricks. Neither of those work. Maybe regular stone? Oh, let's go. Nice. Weaving potions are the only other one. I know from trial chambers that they summon cobwebs. So I just need a cobweb. I think. Cobweb acquired. Now we brew up that potion. Brewing these potions seemed to ease my nerves, and I also began brewing the other potions that I needed. However, I would soon be met with a problem. A problem that might put my entire mission in jeopardy. Phantoms are a mob that everyone knows all too well. They are in fact one of the most hated mobs in the game, but they have a unique ability of dropping phantom membranes, which is the only way to obtain the slow falling effect. Because of Phantom's annoying nature, the server had banned them, leaving me with no way to obtain the membranes, and without a way to get slow falling, the entire challenge was doomed. I began researching to see if there was any way to obtain membranes other than Phantoms, and as it turns out, there is one way that I can obtain this item: cats. Sleeping at night with cats can allow the player to receive gifts. One of the potential gifts is Phantom membranes. However, it is incredibly rare and could potentially take me days to obtain. So, for the time being, I began building a drown farm. Conduits require 8 Nautilus shells to craft and are obtained most easily by killing drown, which is why I built this monstrosity. And after 30 minutes of AFKing, let's see, how much stuff do we have in this chest? No way, a subscribe button? I was able to craft the conduit. It was at this point that I was forced to go back to the end. Every effect left for me to obtain required some type of mob. So despite the risk, I would have to overcome my fear and once again journey to the place where I'd met my end. I placed down the beacon and built a large platform for holding the various structures I would need. There are 4 mobs that I need in the area for this achievement. The first one I need is a villager, so I can obtain the effect Raid Omen. This effect is used to summon a raid, and I need a nearby villager to get it. Villager, time to go on a journey. Oh. Insta teleport, I forgot that was a thing. Hopefully... What am I hitting? Oh, that's right. Soul Sand isn't a full block. Bro, go away. This guy's gonna kill a villager. Oh my goodness, I can't hit it. It's gonna kill the villager. Come on. Okay, I need to just box this guy up because I gotta get rails. Just not safe with all these ghasts around. Alright, buddy. I'm gonna put him on a minecart. I don't want him escaping at all, because that'd be bad. Bro, what are you... Oh my... Bro, what the... Okay, and we are here. Things seem to be going well. I wasn't having any issues anymore, and I had also managed to obtain the Phantom membrane. Shortly after, I also got the dolphin in the end that I would need for the dolphin's grace effect. This left 2 mobs remaining, shulkers for levitation, and for darkness. So I am going to get the shulker, which means I'm gonna need a bridge. Alright, where is the shulker? I know I heard one up here. I need this guy to come nicely. Let's do this. Nice. Okay, we can push him over. Go in. Push. What? Where'd he go? This time, don't kill yourself. Okay, don't kill yourself. It's not that bad. If this thing gets in the boat, then we're set. Nice, let's go. Now I row and hope that the shulker doesn't do anything stupid and get itself killed or get me killed. Because I don't know if there is any more shulkers in the Sand City. Here we go. Come on. Almost there. Almost there. Bro, why'd you do that? Okay, that was annoying. Okay, we got this time. Lie in there. Good. He's named. And we go through the thing. Oh, nice. He came through straight in the boat. That's good. Now I can haul him down there. Everything was ready for me to obtain all the effects except darkness. Normally this setup is in the deep dark and with a skulk shrieker. And while dangerous, it is still much safer than having a warden running around. Unfortunately, I don't have a deep dark, because it's the end. I was going to have to build a platform a short distance away so I could get the darkness effect, but also far enough away that I don't get hit by the blast. This tunnel should hopefully... Oh, diamonds. Nice. This tunnel should hopefully be big enough for the warden, and it won't get stuck. Hopefully things don't go wrong. Here we go. Come on, name. All right. Okay, I just need him to wander over here a little bit so I can shoot him and run. Okay, nice. Run. Okay, run. Oh my. If he's right behind me, I don't think he will be. I think we're good. We're good. Okay. Gap just in case, because he's going to run up here. Where is he? Where did he go? Oh, I see him. I hope he goes straight through the portal. What do I do? I think he might be stuck. I don't know what to do. Okay. I guess we just go for it. Come on. Okay, run. He didn't come up the stairs. That's a problem. Oh, I don't know what to do. Just go. I need him to come this way. Come on, gap again. Where'd he go? Oh, he must have gone through. I don't know how that's possible, but I gotta go. I just gotta do this. Okay. Is he mad at me? Come on. Follow me down the ramp. Dude, just get on the freaking path. Holy. Come on. Just follow me. It's easy. Just go down the path. Is he coming? Hopefully he's coming this time. Oh. Bro. Are you serious? Come on. What the heck? Come on, come down the path. I know you want to come down the path. I guess I'll pearl, it's quicker. Much less risk. Okay, go. I think I got it. Okay, it looks like he's trapped. Let's go. Finally, I got everything I need. That was insane. The setup was finally complete. Although this was very difficult and time-consuming, I knew that what would come next would be by far more difficult. Well, I guess I can't really put it off anymore. It's time to complete Minecraft's hardest achievement. The first step is to complete a raid, so I traveled to a village and drank the Bad Omen effect. Once completing the raid, I obtained Hero of the Village for 45 minutes. This was my first time limit I would have on this challenge. The next effect was Trial Omen, obtained by drinking a bad omen in a trial chamber. As I began checking effects off the list, I drew closer to coming to the end. The final steps were in place. I just needed mining fatigue, and it would be time to complete the achievement.
Okay. Now we go. 5 minutes.
Now, with mining fatigue, the challenge truly began. The effect lasts for only 5 minutes, and in that time, I need to get every other effect. My time was short. With every rocket, I felt the timer slowly counting down. And with 3.5 minutes remaining, I entered the end.
So we go like this. Nah, I screwed it up.
I had screwed up the challenge. Luckily, I had prepared enough resources for a total of 3 attempts. But reality was beginning to set in. Despite all the challenges setting up the advancement, actually completing it was proving to be very challenging. So, with these thoughts in my mind, I began my second attempt.
Come on, darkness. How? How did I get up here? Come on.
I had failed again. There was now only one chance I had left to complete this achievement. If I messed up here, I would not have enough time to obtain all the necessary items again. This was my last shot. Everything I had done led up to this moment. The final attempt begins now.
I just don't know if this is going to be doable. I didn't get the pufferfish off.
And just like that, I had botched all 3 of my attempts. I gave up. And with that, my only hopes of completing the challenge died when I logged off the server. I considered scrapping the video. The whole point of this challenge was to complete this advancement, and although I came close, it still felt empty.
And just like that, I had failed the last challenge, leaving me with a 50% success rate. I guess I'll do better next year.